This is the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
I smoke weed before every show. Well, one time I was in Ohio. Guy that was cleaning up the hotel room stole my weed. See, he thought I wouldn't report him. I went straight up to the manager's office. That son of a bitch stole my medication. Some people, they want to do drug testing on everybody's job. I always felt if I come into my job, stoned out my mind, get the work done, nobody know the difference, score one for me. And I had a system. Never let the boss see you straight. Some jobs you can't get high on, though. You wouldn't want to hear this shit, like, scalpel. This is your pilot speaking. But this country has gotten so conservative now, people act like if you smoke weed, you're a rebel or a troublemaker, which is bullshit. I smoke because I'm a loyal and patriotic American. The economy is struggling. Weed is good for the economy. When people smoke weed, sales of candy bars and potato chips go right the hell up. Only place they shouldn't allow weed, third world countries, because they have a lot of drought and famine, and you just can't add the munchies onto starvation. Now that'd be messed up, right? Damn, I'm really hungry now.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show is brought to you in part by GetPotID.com.
Countdown to launch. The Medical Marijuana
Launch commit.
Radio Show.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Power cleared.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show is a production of the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855 Triple M Radio.
Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal.
Hey. You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855 Triple M Radio.
Keep it legal, keep it legal.
Hey, we got a late start. Denise ain't here, but we are still live in Detroit.
Okay, Steve is the host with the co-host Denise. Starting at noon Saturdays every week. Yes, we keeping you legal. Legislators and lawyers, doctors and the growers. The show is for the people. Michigan Medical Marijuana, no hassle. We talk about anything, any issue we can handle. Call us up and let us know what is on your mind. And make sure when you do it legal every time. Hey. You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855 Triple M Radio.
Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal.
Hey. You tuned in to that Medical Marijuana Show. 855 Triple M Radio.
Keep it legal, keep it legal.
Hey, we're back live on the air. Welcome to another Medical Marijuana Radio Show. It's Tuesday, folks. It's Tuesday. Have to look at the calendar again. It's the 29th, that's right. It's November 29th. Can you believe we're so close to Christmas? I mean, wow, it's a sneeze away from now. Look, I'm not even going to play. I'm just going to go right into some fun. I think this is fun. This is Mucho Loco. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. The Marijuana Song. Down in Tijuana. I think it's fun. Get the Mucho Loco. So busting out the music, having a little fun today on the radio show. A blend of this, a blend of that, trying new stuff. Lots of stuff going on. As it relates, we finally got the iTunes thing fixed. We finally got our connection with the internet fixed. Good God, internet service provision has left something to be desired, for sure. Folks, if you want to be on the show, the number hasn't changed. We have the toll-free number on reserve still. We're still bobbling that around. So you're going to have to call the toll line if you want to be on the show today. It's 810-423-2350. If you're listening on the podcast, you can't call in, obviously. But we'd like to have you along anyways. It's going to be a great show today. I thank you for coming along. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I don't want to just keep saying that. What it is that Bill Shooty, good old Billy Bong. I am not a crackpot. Yes, you are a crackpot, Billy Bong. Billy Bong is putting on his crazy seminar today up in Saginaw. So on the show today, hopefully we'll talk to Hoss. Hoss called me earlier in the day and told me what's going on. It's cold, it's rainy, it's wet. He called me really early. Called me like, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock. It was before 9 o'clock. And so Hoss, we'll get an update from him. He said that maybe we'll talk to one of the TV reporters up there. So we get a chance, we'll talk to Hoss. And then also, coming up on the program today, we want to, I really like to talk to Mike. I don't think it's going to happen, though. We're putting together a web store. It'll be attached to RadioWeedShow.com. Going to sell some merchandise from the advertisers. This show on the podcast, you're going to start to notice on the iTunes podcast, the local advertisers disappear, the national advertisers appear. One way of funding the show. Look, if you're going to scare everybody away in Michigan, Mr. Attorney General, if old Billy Bong's going to come and put a gun to your head and say, you just want to be careful about... Nobody's advertising that way. Not the local guys, anyways. They're afraid to raise their head above the fence for getting it lobbed off by a sword. The double-edged tongue of Bill Shooty. Billy Bong. So, we're not going to stop railing against the Billy Bong. It's a never-ending theme on this show. But it doesn't mean we can't have fun. Did you see, was that Honest Bob? Honest Dave? Who was that guy? The comedian at the front. I can't remember his name. It was, he reminds me of Mr. Turner. Mr. Turner's an old, a high school teacher of mine. He looks like a Mr. Turner. Anyway, you don't know Mr. Turner. That's okay. So, coming up today also, if I can get a hold of Justin, I think Justin was supposed to stop by here. Justin's got some exciting things happening. I think he wanted to see if he could go by the Grow and check out the Grow. Justin's my carded patient. I'm Steve Greene, patient, caregiver, media man extraordinaire, about to start playing on this very show, all these other great shows. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Network, the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. It's not the only show on the network. Oh, we'll put these other guys on. If you want to contribute, you can do that. There's great ways you can contribute to this show. You want to send us video? You want to send us pictures of your grow? You got questions to ask? We got answers for you. We got connections. We got people. Sound like an old commercial. We got people. I don't know. 810-423-2350. And you know what? I'm probably... Is this thing still rolling? I just want to make sure. Yeah, good. Because you never can tell. If you start late, I got no sense, no grasp on the clock. Started a little late today because we were talking with Mike. Mike's putting together that web store. And, wow, there's great stuff going on there. December 20th of this coming month, looking for the Big Daddy's decision to come down. Also, looking forward to same month, I believe we're going to start to hear on the other cases that are not criminal cases, but civil cases against local municipalities for them saying, hey, we passed a law here, you can't take advantage of your state rights. People are fighting back. They're suing those guys. I'm one of them. But I don't think my case is getting heard. These guys' cases are getting heard coming up. The Bloomfield case, and there's an ACLU case where they stepped in. So we'd like to see what happens there. These next few cases are going to have some impact. Old Billy Bong is railing against the Medical Marijuana Act of 2008 here in Michigan. Billy Bong, for you guys that are outside of the state, he's our Attorney General, Bill Shooty. We call him Billy Bong because he used to smoke pot in high school and college and used to spread the hemp word. And then he started looking at his Dow chemical fortune and got, made his way through school because apparently marijuana is the gateway drug to the Attorney General's office. I say that on a regular basis here because it's the exact truth. I don't want to bore our regular guys. They hear this, me say this all the time. I have to say it, guys. I have to say it because for the new guys tuning in, and I can tell you, I can tell by the metrics where I place this programming, they're coming by the droves. There are new people coming to the pulpit every day on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. We haven't got much time. We haven't got much time to fix this in our state. If you're a new state like Ohio, look at Ohio. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I have a feeling they're going to have a more a progressive law on Ohio's books than we've got here. And that's a really conservative area, considering. I think it's sometimes more conservative. I mean, they gave rise to Governor George Voinovich. He's an extremely conservative Republican. I met Haley Barber in Ohio, hanging out with, at that time he was the governor of the state of Ohio. He's now since gone on to become, I think, a state senator. I think he's a state senator. Senator Voinovich? I don't know. I have to look into that. I know he's either currently serving or did serve. I don't know if he's in or out. It's hard to tell anymore. A lot of these guys that come in and spin back out never can. Hard to keep track of these career politician guys. That being said, also on today's programming, it's a 2-hour show, guys. Going with a 2-hour show today. So we'll talk to Haas. We'll see if we can talk to the reporter up at Channel 5 or Channel 12. I don't know. He said maybe we can get one of those guys. He was talking to them. They were considering coming on the show. Because the reason being is that, reporters weren't allowed in there. And as soon as somebody got on, as soon as the paper started reporting, it hit the wires, Billy Bong's office called and said, oh, no. Well, we're going to especially invite you now. This was, don't kid everybody, Billy Bong. You did not want the press coming in here and spreading the word that you're trying to beline this law. Don't confuse people. You wanted the newspaper people to retract what they said, but it didn't need retracting. They did change the story to include your new comments, but there was no need for retraction because, indeed, you were denying access to every single media outlet that was applying. This was only open to government employees. He's trying to tell people how to construe the act. He's giving them the point of view of the Attorney General's office, which is more, hardline, trying to make the decisions for judges. And he's definitely trying to steer this in a particular way. You guys are familiar with Bill Schuette. I'm boring you now. I'm singing your song. But understand that not everybody understands this. And in a broader sense, it's not just about Billy Bong. I'm using these terms, this example in our state, for those who will follow. We've followed along a chain of 16 states. We're not the first one in the row. California was, obviously. And then these other states have come along. And I thank Mark Rose from Denver, Colorado. Mark does medical marijuana consulting out there. He used to own Grateful Meds. He got forced out by the Colorado legislature. It's expensive to apply for a license in Colorado. I'm just saying, things can go awry. Things can go wrong. Mark Rose came here to alert us politically early on in the game, right after this program opened up. I met him at a garden party in Grosse Ile. And he had spent his own time and money to come out here. Now, mind you, he does have some family out here, but he wasn't here for that. He flew out here to come to the garden party and alert people, look, the British are coming. Don't stand here and celebrate at the garden party. Don't just hang out at the medication tent and sit back on your haunches because the British are coming. I use that, analogy. They're marshaling to the cause right now. This is not a time for celebration. This is a time for planning and strategic movement. Don't sit back. And I was starting to see the light already. I had come to the same place for the same reason. I didn't have the insight and the wisdom that Mr. Rose had. Mr. Rose had lived this in his state for at least a year or two, or 3, by the time our law had gotten underway. It's been a little while there now, and things have changed. And he was trying to tell us, look, and I say this, to the states that are coming on board, that are looking forward to this, and it's going to keep rolling forward. There's only going to be maybe a few states that don't participate in this. I think most of them are going to jump on board. And when we get it settled out. I'm confused because there should be, it just seems to me there's a commercial break that normally happens before now. Like I said, I'm blind to the spot break now. Can't tell it was going to roll along. Just confused. Hey, speak of the devil. You see, my spidey tingles right on target. I'm blind, yet I can see. If you want to be on the show today, 810-423-2350. Obviously, we've got to go to break. It's going to be an exciting program, folks. Talking about the store, talking about other stuff coming up. We want to go to Saginaw and talk to Hoss. Don't go away. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show on RadioWeedShow.com.
Got something to say?
Call now toll free. 855-MMM Radio. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network. The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenient you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discrete details right away. 888-369-3320. Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. Medical Marijuana Certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical Marijuana Certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Welcome back to another Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Just shoot for the stars if it feels right. And
I love this tune. I don't know why. I just love that
if you
song.
feel like it,
It's,
take
you know,
me away and make it
It's a toe tapper for sure.
where I'll behave.
Hey, I missed out on the fact I didn't want to leave out the idea that we're going to play this stupid video. The only reason I'm playing it is because so many people responded to it the last time. I'm not going to play it right now. It'll be between now, at the end of the first hour, we'll play the video between hours. It's the Spongebong. What is it? Spongebong Hemppants. We played one episode of the Spongebong Hemppants just for fun to highlight the idea. This is the perspective. These are the optics on this. And I noticed in one of the other episodes they incorporated all kinds of other drugs. And it's really, I played this for my sister over the Thanksgiving holiday, and she was appalled by it. She was just like, oh my God. Even the kids were like, oh, they've taken a great cartoon and turned it into something horrible. Now you have to understand that my sister comes from an extremely sheltered place. And she's also, what she does is she takes care of premature babies. She works in a neonatal ICU. I couldn't imagine having to deal with that. Taking those little tiny babies. Oh my goodness, they'll fit in your palm of your hand. It's a little kid in the palm of your hand. It's like smaller than a kitten. And having to, because some of these kids are in awful shape. And a lot of them are in awful shape because of people doing drugs, frankly. They're bastards. What are you guys doing? But she has to take care of some of these kids. And I couldn't do what she does. Having a, CPR on a... It fits in the palm of your hand. How do you do CPR on a little tiny preemie like that? Oh, God. Heart goes out to those people that have to deal with that. I count my lucky stars every day that I don't have to deal with that. And a whole bunch of other stuff. Look, I ain't got the best in the world, and you may not either. It sucks here in Michigan. The economy is just... But count your lucky stars. It can be worse. There's always, you can always look on the other side of the fence and say the grass is greener, but I would say that it's more optimistic to do the other way around. Look over there, it's kind of bad. I'm happy I'm here. I like it like that. I don't like to travel into other countries and give up my U.S. freedoms. I feel strange, really, when I go even to a friendly country, because you never know what could happen. You don't have your constitutional rights in other places. You don't have your right to freedom. You don't have your right to assembly. You don't have your right to bear arms. You don't have your free speech. You might get a version of it for a minute. And I'd say that in most cases, you don't have those rights here either. I'm enjoying one right now, I'll say that. But it's not under threat. It's not without threat. Smoking a cigarette. Oh, you want to? I'll show you. Look, see. I don't usually show the camera lately. I mean, we're building a studio. Until we get the studio built, smoking a cigarette. Going back with, like the logo better. Oh, goodness sakes. So we're going to play the Spongebong Hemppants video. Simply because, number one, it is kind of funny. I was struggling with it because I didn't know how it fit into this show. Before I just played it because it highlighted the example of the way that people view some of these subjects. And some, like I say, this is strange. I feel a little bit like, who's that? David Banner, the Incredible Hulk. A little bit like that. He's torn between two things. There's the monster in him and then the normal guy in him. We're not talking about that here. I'm not making that analogy. I'm just saying that, there's a playful part of me that wants to just say, let's have comedy and fun. It's really hard to do that, though, when you saw, like what you saw yesterday and the day before on this show. Incidentally, we had some internet upload problems. We had some signal issues in our local area with the internet for a couple of days. It kept us off the air. So we just let you watch the tape. So the last few days, you've been seeing the Don't Be Afraid, It's a No-Knock Raid video. Have you seen that video? If you haven't seen that video, I suggest maybe after this show's over with, after you get done listening to this show, go back and look at yesterday's show. Go back and toggle back and see if you can find the show before this one. It's the first thing that plays, the No-Knock Raid video. I play it twice during the show. It's a 2-hour show. That's the kind of stuff. It's hard to do comedy when that stuff's going on, when they're shooting pets in front of kids in the name of public safety. And it's all a farce because previous to that encounter, there was no danger in that neighborhood. It was a peaceful, nighttime situation. And there never was any danger in that neighborhood. This is a peaceful family example in this video. It's a raid video. Don't be afraid. It's a no-knock raid. We're just coming in with guns. I know there's kids around, but we got flashbang grenades. We're going to set those off. Oh, the kids are there. Watch. Look, check this out. We're going to shoot your dog. Bang, bang, bang. Dog falls over dead. And he's bleeding from his head, squirming around as he's in the throngs of death. In front of these kids. Look, I have a hard time psychologically dealing with that. What are you doing to these freaking kids? Some of these kids, it's like their brothers and sisters. I mean, these are family members. Isn't your pet a family member of yours? It's hard to do comedy in the face of that kind of stuff. And this isn't a comedic show. This is an entertainment show. It's a news and entertainment show. And like I said, you're going to see the local advertisers disappear off of here, and you're going to start to see national ones pop up. So, keep that. We're going to play the Spongebong Hemppants video between the 2 hours. Take it with a grain of salt. Some of it's funny, some of it's shocking. That they would even make cartoons like this. This is what they play on the VH1 at night. I mean, they're older cartoons. I've never seen them before up until recently. The internet's a crazy and fun thing. I feel like Lucille Ball with this crazy microphone. Back in the 30s, they used to stand on stage in front of live studio audiences and do stage plays for the radio. And they always used to lean. Remember the old crooners? Remember the Frank Sinatra? They croon into the microphone. I've got one of those kind of microphones. Look, I'll show you. Just briefly, though, because I'm an ugly cuss. Look at this. Hey, I croon into the microphone. The thing bobbles around. See, it's waving in front of my face. Putting the logo back up. Logo goes back up immediately, or you're fired. Okay, there. So, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. We're going to call the hoss. So we'll play the SpongeBob video in a little bit. The Spongebong. It's not the SpongeBob. I'm sorry, I don't mean to copyright infringe on the SpongeBob people. It's the Spongebong Hemppants. If you ever Google SpongeBob, if you get a chance, Google SpongeBob, because there's like all kinds of different renditions of this, comedy renditions of the SpongeBob. Spongebong being one of them. Spongebong Hemppants. There's a whole. It's kind of funny that people would, rally around this one cartoon icon, make comedic references. So let's see if we can find the Hossmeister. Hoss called us earlier and said that, we might get a chance to talk to the people up there in Saginaw. This is going to be in Saginaw. Hoss is in Saginaw at the Bill Schuette Clearing the Air seminar. He's out protesting in front of there. They wouldn't let him sell his shirts. I don't know if he's still there, but we'll find out shortly, won't we?
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Hoss, how's it going, brother?
Not bad.
So tell us about what's going on. How's is it? The last report I had from you. Let me set the stage here, set the scene. You said it was rainy and wait a minute. Whoa! Wait a second. I'm setting the stage, setting the scene. Hang on. So you told us it was rainy and cold and nasty, and there was you were the only guy there, and that was early this morning. And you said we might be able to have a chance to talk to the TV guys. So take it from there.
Okay. We have about 40 people showed up. We've got Rick Thompson here. We got Peanut Butter here.
Hey, Rick made it up there.
Yes.
I didn't know. Look by the emails yesterday. He wasn't planning on going. I'm glad he made it up there.
You want to have him? He probably knows more. Do you want me to put him on the phone?
Well, if you get a second, first I wanted to get your, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Okay, we've had, since I started, 40 people. We went up, checked in the building. We get in trouble. We're up there, but we're out on the front sidewalk on State Street in Saginaw. Greg Saginaw News here. For as bad as the weather is, it quit snowing and sleeting rain, but we still got like 40 people here, take signs. Even got one woman showed up in her walker.
Wow.
Taking her little push off, and it's fantastic.
So now the channel, is it channel 5 and 12 up there, Hoss?
Yes, and Jamie went in and talked, and she's getting a personal interview in a little while with them on her iPhone.
You're talking about Jamie Fricky?
Yes.
That'll be great. You should tell Jamie. You should give her a place to send that interview to, and we'll put it up right away on RadioWeedShow.com and let people see what it is that's going on out there. I'd love to have some video out there.
She had another obligation to go to. They're going to talk to her over the phone. So if you got her iPhone, you'll get her.
Well, if you got her iPhone, you'll get her. I don't get that.
She's got a phone. I call it the iPhone, but I call her on that number, and she answers it.
Well, I get that. I was hoping she'll transfer some video to us. If she's taking video out there, maybe she can post it to Facebook or something.
She left because of other obligations. She was somewhere else.
She had a previous engagement. Boy, you're really broken up there, Haas. There's a lot of noise. Is that the wind and the rain?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, so now you said Jamie had a previous obligation she had to take off. We'll try and get a hold of her. I've got her number. I'll try and call Jamie in a little bit. If you want to put Rick on, see if we can get with Rick. Is he there? Is he handy? Stand by.
Yeah. Hey, Rick.
You're ready to talk to Rick Thompson. He's the editor of Forum Magazine and works as the spokesperson for Big Daddy's Management Group. He's got a stake in the game here. It's one of our stakes. Hopefully it drives it into the heart of the dragon.
Hey, Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rick.
There were just some cars.
Oh, boy, what's really difficult, though, there's a lot of wind and noise and...
Yep. Sir, I'll tell you what, let me go, I'll go sit in a car, and that way when I can speak to you and you can understand.
Okay, very cool. You're legible now.
Yep, that's because I'm walking away from everything.
Wow, it's very noisy. Go ahead.
Right now with signs and enthusiasm, marching up and down the street in front of the Horizon Conference Center, and there are more people pulling up all the time.
It's amazing the tenacity with which the medical marijuana community is willing to roll up their sleeves and stick together in the worst of weather conditions. This reminds me of the May event. In May at the the Capitol rally on the 25th, it was cold, it was rainy, and we stood shoulder to shoulder out there for hours listening to people speak.
And I totally remember it was a swampy place on the bottom, and it was a sea of umbrellas on the top. There were some tents, but there's never enough. It was quite desolate, and those people were hardcore. They were there for a purpose, and they were not going to be dismayed.
No, they came from all the way up north, and now you got about 50 demonstrators or so out there.
Yes, now we've got people from as far away as Ann Arbor, Jackson, Detroit. From north, I see some Osceola counties here, some Clare counties here. Naturally, Bay City, Pinconning is represented as well. Lots of folks.
Did you decide at the last minute to roll out there, Rick? Because it looked like, based on the tone of what you were saying in the emails yesterday, you weren't planning on going out there. You were wishing everybody well. Now I hear you're out there. I think it's great.
Yeah, I was not planning on being able to come out here. One of the problems is with the transportation is sometimes difficult, but also too, Big Daddy's has a court date in Oakland County this morning. So as far as personnel goes, it was not certain that we were going to have coverage until the last minute.
So you guys are preparing for the December 20th date, which is when you're supposed to hear about this decision on a nuisance.
Well, that's a separate issue.
Okay.
The Oakland County case is the criminal case, and that's at a hearing this morning.
Oh, I see.
And then December 20th will be the Macomb County case, where we have the oral arguments that'll be heard in front of Judge Foster in Mount Clemens.
See how easy it is for even somebody who's supposed to be on top of everything to easily confuse court dates and appointments and types of things. It's easy to confuse this stuff. We try and keep this as square as possible for people.
Well, you know, the bad thing is when you're one particular business entity or individual or person, and then you're fighting multiple cases, you have a lot of expenditures, you have a lot of demands on your time, and all of that interferes with the regular course of running your family, running your life, running your business. So beyond the whole criminal aspect and the civil aspect, it's a very difficult process to go through. And that means that a lot of people that don't have the resources or the tenacity or the support systems that we happen to have would have to drop out. They would have to surrender. And it's only when they run across an opponent like us that has resources and has support and can make all of those dates and can have lawyers show up every single time. We're the people that they fear the most, not because we're badasses, but because we have resources and we can take it all the way, whereas most people give up.
Now, you've seen and you've been privy to some of these things that the Attorney General the materials he's using, the pitch he's given people, our lawmakers, our government representatives. This was supposed to be only open to government and law enforcement. And, the press has really been kept out of it up until now, and somebody made a big stink about it yesterday. Was it MLive? Who published the story? Was that the Saginaw News? Who published this story? And then they had to modify it because the Attorney General objected.
Gus Burns actually is the reporter for the Saginaw News that has that story. I had sent up an op-ed editorial, which they did not publish, which contained a bunch of information about this. And apparently he took my letter and then ran with it, which is exactly what you want op-ed to do. They should inspire action. And even though unpublished, he was able to do his own research, find out what I said about the media being excluded was true, and then investigated it further. The Saginaw News published that media was being banned, just as they had been previously in Grand Rapids and in Livonia. And then there was a retraction late yesterday saying that Gus would be allowed to attend the meeting as a member of the media. So hopefully this new attitude of compliance will be reflected in Traverse City also. I'd like to see some media members from that community invited into that seminar as well.
One more time, what's the reporter's name for the Saginaw News that helped you to get this out there?
Gus Burns.
Gus Burns. I got to remember that name, Gus Burns.
Now, we've also had another reporter and also photographer here already this morning taking photos of some of the protesters. He was done and gone because it's extremely cold and the elements do not favor photographic equipment, as I'm sure you know.
Right, for sure.
But since he's left, way more people have shown up. We are actively marching up and down the street. A lot of folks have signs. Even people without signs are still out there cheering and chanting and waving to folks. So,
is there any way you can take some iPhone video and send it to me in my voicemail? I'll play it for people on the air. They'll get a grasp of what it looks like out there.
Well, I don't have an iPhone.
Oh,
however,
crap.
I do have my regular camera, though, which has the video capability. So,
but you got no way to send it to me, right? You got no way to...
I have to download it into the computer and then send it that way.
Wow.
So it may not be available for this for right now, but I could probably get it to you this afternoon.
That would be cool. I think at least we can play it on tomorrow's show because look, this is going on tomorrow in Traverse City.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the thing about this is they're stacked so quickly on top of each other that it makes it difficult for any revelation that happens today to have ramifications tomorrow.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's intentional on the scheduling as far as the Attorney General goes. They're no dummy. They know how to minimize negative consequence.
Right.
And him appearing at these places and barring the press, that was a negative consequence.
Absolutely, and he should pay the full price for that negative consequence. It looks like he was trying to, backtrack in the press yesterday. Oh, no, we're not excluding the press. In fact, I'll give you a formal invitation. It's just limited. You can only come to the last half hour. Wait a minute. Okay, maybe you can come to the whole thing. Well, maybe we'll let you into the whole thing.
So if it does.
Hey, Steve, let me do this. I need to free up this telephone line. There may be a potential situation we need to use this phone for.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I will take some video, and then I will possibly call you a little bit later in your broadcast.
Okay, give me back to Haas. Thank you, Rick Thompson from 4M Magazine, Big Daddy's Management Group.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, Steve, Lawrence is having surgery right now at the hospital, so I can't tie the phone up too long.
All right, that's okay. We're running off to break now here anyways, Haas. I'm going to call back and see if I can't get somebody else down there and give us another report. If not, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, Rick Thompson's going to be here all day. You got his number?
Yeah, I do. We'll call him in just a bit. We're going to break.
Okay.
Thanks,
Thank
Haas. All right, so we got more coming up. 810-423-2350. It's the American Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
We'll be right back on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment.
They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
I can't win, I can't reign, I will never win this game without.
Hey, welcome back to the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. I was just checking the calendar. If you haven't had a chance to check the calendar, it's the Medical Marijuana Events calendar. You can find it at radioweedshow.com. It's in the quick link section up in the upper left-hand corner, right above this screen. Calendar of events of importance. And I was looking to see if I didn't populate anything for January yet, but I wanted to give you the announcement. Boy, when I do the front of this show, I always try and get everything in that we're going to be talking about. I missed this, and it's so important. It's and the date's escaping me. Let me just see if it's on the vote. The Your Vote Matters thing. I'm speaking to the Michigan Organic Solutions Vote Green Initiative project. Just let me see if I can go to the front page of the web. I'm just trying to see if they tell us what's going on. See, they have a calendar up here too. And it's going to December and January. See, they don't have it listed either. There's an event coming up at the end of January. And now I'm mad. I'm going to have to call Ed. We're just going to call Ed Ed or Ben over at Michigan Organic Solutions. They're up in the Flint area too. We were just talking to Saginaw on the phone a few minutes ago. If you're in another state, look, we're going to help you too. If you're in Ohio or if you're in some of these other states that are looking at coming on, or if you're even in one of the states that came before Michigan, we're going to have stuff for you. So we're not going to leave you out. Right now, this is the stuff that I'm most connected with. So this is the stuff that I'm putting on. And, we'll polish this and then we'll roll it out. We'll scale it up. Who was I giving a call here? We were going to call, good Lord. I was going to do Justin. No. Ed, good Lord. See how this works? This is what happens when you're a one-man band. And you work until 4 o'clock in the morning putting a show together. This doesn't roll off I don't have a staff of people putting this show. All the stuff that you hear, this is all done by me. And I'm like a guy in the middle of the night, like one of those, the shoemaker's elves. And the shoemaker wasn't making all those shoes. It was the elves. I don't have any elves. So we're looking at, is it Ben? Ed? How do I have it listed in here? There he is. So we'll see if we can get Michigan. We're going to find out the date of this event because we're announcing the Medical Marijuana Awards. It's going to happen during this. Hey, is this Ed?
This is.
Hey, Ed, it's Steve Greene from the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. We just wanted to double. I was noticing that it's not on your calendar because I want to put it on my calendar too. As long as we're starting to promote the idea of the January event.
Yeah.
I noticed that it's not on your Michigan Organic Solutions website, the Michigan Medical Marijuana Report website calendar. It's not in there yet.
I'm just really far behind on that kind of stuff.
Me, I guess, we've got some events you can populate your calendar with too, on our calendar. We should probably cross-reference.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll try to get to that. I'll get to I think I can actually do the calendar. I think I can actually edit the calendar.
We're on the air. I didn't want to leave that idea. We're on the air. I didn't want to leave that off. Sometimes I call like this and it sounds like I'm just, talking to you, but sometimes I'm on the air. Right now we're on the air. So I wanted to promote the idea. I was calling you up because we wanted to talk about, promote the idea of this event. I noticed that it was off the calendar. During the commercial break, I went to reference it on the calendar, and I noticed that I didn't have it on my calendar. And I can't see it anywhere. It's the end of January, yes?
Yeah, it's January 27th, 28th, and 29th.
27th?
It's going to be at the Clarion, where we had it the last time.
Right. And it's right off I-94.
Yeah, it's 994 in Jackson Road.
In Ann Arbor.
It's going to be a great event, and it's going to be free. We're going to do the same thing. We're not going to charge anything. We're going to let everybody come in and get all this information for no charge. A lot of these people that do these conventions and things like that are charging admission fees and speaker fees and all kinds of things like that.
They got it wrong. They got it all wrong.
You got it wrong. We're here for the patients. We're trying to get everybody out here that wants to come out, whether you have $1 in your pocket or not, you can still come get a lot of good free entertainment.
Well, and I think
we're going to have the comedy going again, so that's a free comedy show.
You got comedy? Wait, I didn't know about the comedy. Tell make it rain.
Yeah, we're going to have some stand-up comics coming in. And we're talking with the Boca group, who did like a Second City comedy act that did a nice little couple shows for us in August. And they're really good, really humorous.
Oh, I remember those guys. They did music and stuff, right?
They did, yeah. Yeah, and we got a pretty good response from that. So we're probably going to have them back. And like I said, this one's going to be more action-packed than before, if that's even possible.
Hey, I might have another guy that might want to participate. He's from out of state. I think he's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'll have to ask him, but maybe he can come and do that same kind of stuff with it. Fill that same little niche.
Yeah,
he does a whole stage show about medical marijuana.
Yeah, the more the better. We're looking for anybody that wants to help contribute. Give me a call.
It's Max Random and the 420 crew or something like that. I can't, Max Random and the 420 something or other. But it's it looks pretty funny. I played a song from Max Random on the air the other day. He called me up after we posted on the internet that we were going on the air. So it's nice to get some of those international or interstate calls.
Yeah, for sure.
So as it points back to this event, we've been gang busting ideas on putting together this medical marijuana. What are we calling it? It's an awards ceremony. Yes?
Yeah, it's gonna be an award ceremony. I'm just looking in the Triple M report. We'll have an ad in it. I was just doing the proofing of it right now as we're calling. And it is the first annual Medical Marijuana Awards, January 29th at the Clarion Hotel at 1 p.m.
That's going to be so much fun.
Favorite candidate at the radioweedshow.com/awards.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. What we're working together to do, and this is the whole reason I called Ed over at Michigan Organic Solutions. He works with Ben Horner over there, who happens to be putting together an exploratory committee to run for state office.
Yes.
So that's an awesome thing. We're backing you guys on that. So this whole thing with this awards idea is to give some credit to the people who deserve it.
That's right. And it's not just about strains and medibles and products. This is about people.
Right. Yeah, this isn't a cannabis cup thing. This is not anything like that. That's a trademark thing that High Times owns. And we'll go cover the cannabis cup. This is about recognizing people in our community who've done awesome things. This is more like the Academy Awards of medical marijuana.
Exactly.
And so the idea here is to give people credit and then also to raise money for political causes.
You can never have enough money in this industry, I'll tell you that. The people against us have too much of it. That's the problem.
Well, it really sucks when you got people like the Attorney General, who the state of Michigan pays to back our laws and to stand behind the people of the state, and then he uses that money and his power in office exactly in an opposite way. And it has that negative effect on this community, and that's what it's intended to do. But it really pisses me off because it's all designed to protect his own financial interests. This has nothing to do with conservatism or, protection of kids or churches or institutions or the idea that the whole thing's been hijacked by a bunch of, dope fiends. It's nothing like that. This also has to do with protection of money. It makes me mad that he's going to protect his own fortune by subverting a whole state law for his benefit.
Well, welcome to the politics.
Well, it doesn't mean we can't get mad about it, and it also doesn't mean we can't fight back.
Right. That's right, and we have to, or it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. phone calls. Sign the recall petition. We're going to have, in the next issue coming out, is going to have a list of all the places that we've been putting recall petitions in, and we're getting more and more calls across the state of people that want to put them out. And I think it's a great idea. Go out and sign a recall petition. Let's get rid of this guy.
It's
Let's
important.
At least make them sweat. Let's make them sweat.
And people
make them see that this is an important voting group, and we're going to get out there. We're going to vote. We're not going to let him get back into office with the way that he's been treating us.
Yeah. Well, it's not just us. He's been, treating other people in a bad way too. It's not just the medical marijuana guys that are mad at Bill Schuette.
No, there's plenty of people against that guy.
Billy Bong's got a lot of enemies, and he's alienating himself from his own brethren, his own party.
Well, if he can, if he winds up getting on the presidential ticket with Romney, then maybe he'll have more important things to focus on.
Have you seen the Democratic spots? They're running against Mitt Romney. They're trying to identify him before he gets identified. It's Mitt versus Mitt. It's like the Incredible Hulk. It's like, because there's, Mitt's got an answer for every crowd depending where he's at. It's always different.
Yeah, I'm not even following any of that yet.
Oh, it's so funny. If you get a chance, look at the TV commercials the Dems are running right now about Mitt Romney. It's pretty funny.
Oh, gosh.
It's like they got the movie trailer voice guy, and he's doing a movie trailer voice about Mitt versus Mitt. It's really funny.
I'll just let them destroy themselves.
So
they do a good enough job of that.
So we're looking forward to this event coming up in the end of January. There's a lot of stuff happening with Michigan Organic Solutions and the whole Vote Green project and the whole recall Bill Schuette thing between now and then.
Yes.
And, we've got other decisions coming down. We've got this Big Daddy's decision in Chesterfield Township on the 20th. There are other court cases, civil cases that are happening with regards to asking for declaratory relief, which amounts to having the courts declare a local township's ordinance unenforceable. It's one of the suits that I'm pursuing. But I just wanted to point people to that event. Again, the dates real quick. We're running off to break. We got seconds to go.
January 27th, 28th, 29th, Clarion Hotel, Ann Arbor, Jackson Road.
Perfect. And you can go to MichiganOrganicSolutions.com and look at the calendar. Thanks, Ed, for coming on the show.
Hey, thanks a lot, Steve. We'll talk to you soon.
Indeed. 810-423-2350. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
More of your calls next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenient you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Medical marijuana certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical marijuana certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99.
That's 877-RX-42099 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. Steve Greene, patient and caregiver and lover of mankind in general. Standing behind you as your, I don't know, a guy railing against, Billy Bong, I guess. It's not just that. We're here to keep you informed, keep you up to date on what's going on, and try and entertain you along the way. Are we doing that? Are we entertaining you? I don't know. We got the Spongebong Hemppants video coming up in the next segment. It's just after the commercial break coming up next. This is the shortest segment we have of the whole show. It's like, I don't know, a few minutes long. Then the show close happens, and then the Spongebong Hemppants video will play. There's your entertainment. There's your drop of entertainment. You can laugh at me, too. I'm laughable for sure. Oh, look, I'm just a speck. I'm just a pimple on the butt. This isn't about me. I wanted to point you to the calendar. If you're at RadioWeedShow.com, then we're talking to Ben over at Michigan. I'm sorry, Ed from Michigan Organic Solutions. And talking about this event coming up. The calendar I'm referencing is on the front page of RadioWeedShow.com. And again, it's under the quick links reference. Where did it? I'm just trying to. I gotta toggle back here. So you can't see what I'm doing. So for the people who are listening, I apologize. I'm clicking around on the internet so I can get to the appropriate place where I can look up the calendar. So the calendar is up. I've popped the calendar up. It's right under quick links. It's calendar events and importance. And what's going on with this? I don't like the way this is working out. Well, I'm gonna hit the thing. It should have popped up. Where's it at? It's hiding on me. It's in another place I can't see. I hate it when that happens. See, now I gotta minimize the whole. I'm liable to shut us off the air. There is the stupid calendar. It's hiding behind everything else. This is a calendar of importance because in this state, at least, everything going on in the state will be listed on this calendar. It pops open. It's an actual application that I've had our web guy developing for the show. And we're hoping to turn this into an iPhone app. There's a way you can do it. And I just really quickly, just because we got a really short segment here, I disconnected the iPhone from our network broadcast here. A network broadcast because we're going to start carrying these other shows. The normal live show out of L.A. There's a show out of Chicago. It's the John Doe Radio Show. We'll carry that. The Smoky Kush Show. It's the Hidden Stash Show out of Muskegon. There's a whole bunch of them. I haven't got time to talk on here, but that's the Medical Marijuana Radio Network. That's what this show resides on. It's not going to be just this show. So I'm going to turn the camera on here. Right now, I just got the logo up. I better pull up the visuals so I can see what the hell's going on here, because right now I've got the calendar up. But if you look on the calendar there, that's where events will be. And we're going to roll this out for other states. As soon as we get this polished up and turn it into an application for your phone, which is what I'm getting the camera ready to show you is the phone. Then we're going to make this available to other states. We're going to put their calendars on. We're going to make an entire calendar just for them. Boy, this is going to be hard to do because of the reflection on the screen. That's going to be tough. So I'm just previewing. I'm looking in the camera what you can't see yet. I'll show you. You're just going to get my eyes, but I'll show you. This is what I'm talking about. I tightened in the camera during the commercial break. Ew, it can make crazy eyes. Uh-huh. This is the iPhone. See what I mean about how that's hard to see? I got to find a better way. It's dark right there. It's better if you turn the screen on. So here's what I wanted to show you, because for me, it's an exciting thing. In fact, I've got it on the John Doe Radio Show right there. There you go. The John Doe is a podcast. You can get to the John Doe Radio. I think they come out of Chicago. I just wanted to it's hard to, put this up in a way that the light's not reflecting on the screen. That's why I've got it angled the way it is. Sorry about that. So these are podcast listings on iTunes. And I wanted to show you how to find us on iTunes. I tell people, but, it's sometimes better if you actually show them. So if you go to iTunes and you open it up and you search, here's the search bar, and you type in the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. And then when this pops up down here, you touch on that. And now you got to go, and if you search for us under Medical Marijuana Radio Show, you're going to have to come all the way down here to show other shows. This one right here. See all podcasts. Click on that. And then all of them pop up. Then you're going to have to toggle a little bit down. And the orange logo, when you see the orange logo, that'll be us. There we are right there, I think. Can you see? Where are we at? Yeah, here we are. It's, boy, that camera angle's hard. There we go. It's this little orange one right there. If you click on that, look at that. See, there's the shows that I got up right there. Radio Weed Show. Look at that. Steve at RadioWeedShow.com, and then the Medical Marijuana Radio Show, the last couple of shows. After today's show, you'll see today's show up there. Takes a little while for the server to recognize it. You have a better picture there? Look at that. See the logo and everything. So I wanted to show you that. I'm taking off the eyes. I gotta look over here. And putting the logo back up. There you go. So I wanted to point you to that because that is... that's our point of distribution now. That's one of our national points of distribution. Also, you'll find us on Ustream, ustream.com. You can find us there if you search under MMRN. We're the only thing that comes up. That stands for Medical Marijuana Radio Network. And if you go to, you can go find us on YouTube. These shows all go up on YouTube. I was doing the show with some music before. I took a lot of the music off. Because it was going to be a problem. There were a lot of graphics, a lot of problems with it. They didn't like the copyright issue. Look, it's the end of the show. We got hour 2 coming up. Don't go away. The Spongebong Hemppants video is forthcoming next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Medical Marijuana Radio Show and RadioWeedShow.com are trademarks. Copyright 2011.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
This is the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
Are you ready, stoners? Oh! Hold on, okay? Oh! Who lives in a bung in a dormitory? Spongebong Hemppants. Disgusting and green and sticky as he. Spongebong Hemppants. If smoking the chronic is something you do. Spongebong Hemppants. Your thumb on the cob and he's smoking with you. Spongebong Hemppants. Spongebong Hemppants. Spongebong Hemppants. Spongebong Hemppants.
Nah! I love watching TV!
Me too.
Welcome back to Bong TV News. I'm Kurt Leiter. Our top story, legendary jam band Fish will be performing a benefit concert for the Free Tommy Chong Foundation tonight.
Fish? That's my favorite band! Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. Then the next day it'll be fun trying to remember it.
And I know a way to make it even more funner than that.
I don't have any sea mushrooms, Spongebong.
No! What are we gonna do? How can we go to a Fish concert without sea mushrooms?
Oh, everyone knows their music sucks if you're sober.
Calm down. Look, I can take you to a friend of mine. She's a little weird and used up, but she should have some sea mushrooms.
Yay!
Hey, what's going on?
These guys want to buy some sea mushrooms off you. They can give you porno tapes and clean spoons for trade.
Oh, man.
Are you okay, Crystal? How long have you been up?
Hi, Crystal. I'm Spongebong.
Oh, holy crap, that sponge just talked.
Yeah, it's okay, Crystal. They're cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow,
You should come with us to the Fish concert.
Yeah, it'll be so much fun.
Be cool, you two. I think she's tweaking.
Whoa. Wow.
Come on, Crystal.
Isn't this groovy, Crystal?
I don't know. Too many things.
Come on, let's dance. And now, paraphernalia of the Bong, here they are, fish!
Oh man!
Hey, Crystal, can we score those sea mushrooms now? You know, on second thought, maybe we should steer clear of the sea mushrooms for a while.
I think you're right.
Oh, look, she forgot her porno.
Gimme.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show is brought to you in part by GetPotID.com.
Countdown to launch. The Medical Marijuana
Launch commit.
Radio Show.
Guidance is internal. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. Power cleared.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show is a production of the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
You tuned in to that medical marijuana show. 855 Triple M Radio. Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal. Hey. You tuned in to that medical marijuana show. 855 Triple M Radio. Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal.
Hour 2, once again, live in Detroit.
Okay, Steve is the host with the co-host Denise. Starting at noon Saturdays every week. Yes, we keeping you legal. Legislators and lawyers, doctors and the growers. The show is for the people. Michigan medical marijuana, no hassle. We talk about anything, any issue we can handle. Call us up and let us know what is on your mind. And make sure when you do it legal every time.
Hell yeah!
You tune in to that medical marijuana show. 855 Triple M Radio. Keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal, keep it legal. Hey. You tuned in to that medical marijuana show.
Busting the boys back at the door.
Triple M Radio. Keep it legal, keep it legal.
Writing down badge numbers.
Keep it legal, keep it legal.
Who do you report them to? Who do you report the badge number to? What do you miss acts? At the cops at the door. And he's pulling some BS, and you have to get his badge number. Who do you report him to? The guy you're reporting to is another cop. I guess you'd have to go to, what, Internal Affairs? Who do you do? It seems like, they're all still cops. They all belong to the same union, don't they? Are there ethics involved? I'm not sure. It seems like there's nobody ethical when you're willing to shoot dogs in front of kids with these raid teams. Did you see the video? Because I should play just a little bit of it. I can't, I really don't want to because, I'm trying to have fun on today's show. I'm patient and caregiver in Michigan, Detroit, Steve Greene. I am not a crackpot. Bill Schuette is a crackpot. And, I don't know, maybe I should get off the Bill Schuette camp. I'm going to sound like Bill Schuette, the Bill Schuette of Bill Schuettes. Always talking about Bill. I'm sorry, but this is what's going on in the news. I can't. The newsman in me wants to talk about the Bill Schuette, about the BS. His initials are BS, aren't they? Yeah. I just wanted to point that out. Sometimes what's in the package is what it's packaged as, BS. Don't forget that. Hey, you can call me full of BS all you want. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. It's a free country. You don't like what I have to say? Go start your own show. That's what this is about. You can't just run around, putting tape over people's mouths. Kind of like you were putting tape over the press's eyes, Mr. Schuette. And you thought you were getting away with it. You thought you were, nobody's going to notice your little four-city seminar going on the last two, today and tomorrow, today in Saginaw. You heard from Haas earlier in the show. If you missed the show, or if you missed the first hour, and you're listening live, I'll go back after the show's done. First off, the show's going to repeat immediately after we're off the air. It takes me about 10 minutes to encode the show in a format that I can then loop. So you can just watch. It just plays the rest of the day right here on the front page. Also on Ustream, both places. So it takes me about 10 minutes, and then the show loops back. But check out that first hour. I don't want to play it. But I just want to, I have to. just playing this video makes me sick to my stomach. I did it a little bit yesterday, but I just have to point out, the atrocities that are happening. These guys did such a great job of it. I can find the stupid video. It's called No Knock Raid. It's got to be in the ends, isn't it? M-N. There it is. There we go. So this was the open of yesterday. Is this the open? Yeah, I don't need the open. I don't need the No Knock open. Well, I'm going to play it anyways. It's got the network logo on. I don't care. All right, let's get a, Okay, I'm just going to... I can't do it now. Can I? Yeah, I can't do it now. Because this is a short segment of the show, too. We only got a couple of minutes to talk about stuff. Maybe I should do it now and get it over with. Hell with it. I'm gonna do it until the break happens. If it happens to overflow, it overflows. I'm gonna play the video. I can't resist not playing the video. Here you go.
This is the Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
No Knock Raid.
The following presentation is controversial and may be offensive to some audiences.
I am glad that in this administration...
Warning, this video is graphic. There is some cussing. There is some cursing in this portion of the video. This is very graphic.
Sevenfold. It will be $600 million this year. More money will be needed in the future. I want to say, however, that despite our budget problems, to the extent money can help in meeting the problem of dangerous drugs, it will be available. This is one area where we cannot have budget cuts because we must wage what I have called total war against public enemy number one in the United States, the problem of dangerous drugs.
It's a no-knock raid. Don't be afraid. We'll shoot your dogs in front of your kids. 'Cause we are the SWAT. We're here for your part and all the cash that you've got. We are adrenaline junkies taking orders from the top. KGB and the DEA, they'll make you disappear like in Guantanamo Bay. In the middle of the night, you'll have nothing to say. If we get the wrong address, it doesn't matter anyway. We'll still get our kicks, we'll still have our fun. Yeah, we are the SWAT, we are adrenaline junkies till the drugs are all gone. It's a no-knock raid, don't be afraid. Paramilitary police state on parade. It's a no-knock raid, don't be afraid. You do the time for your victimless crime. And it's a no-knock raid. It's a no-knock raid. Don't be afraid. This is a war, and this is your fate. We are the face of your new police state. We are the law, and we've got the guns. Statutory power, mandatory minimums. We are the SWAT, we're here for your part and all the cash that you got. We are adrenaline junkies taking orders from the czar. It's a no-knock raid, don't be afraid. Paramilitary police state on parade. It's a no-knock raid. It's a no-knock raid. Don't be afraid. Paramilitary police state on parade. Flashbang on the ground. Don't hear a sound. Could be you, could be the mayor of your town. And it's a no-knock raid. It's a no-knock raid. Don't be afraid.
They're killing the guy right there. They're shooting him to death. A couple of people died in that video. Or those videos. It's just disgusting, people. 70 to 80,000 of those SWAT raids in the United States happen every year. Every year, guys. I mean, are you going to let this happen? Are you going to let this go on like this forever? I'm putting the logo back up. I can't take it. So, hopefully you'll understand that, our friend Billy Bong, the Attorney General of our state, who was elected into office at the same time we put this law into effect. He's just been, really just dismembering it. And what he's doing right now, the reason we had Hoss on the first hour of the show, we talked to Rick Thompson, is because they're up there protesting out in front of a place where he was trying to be behind the Oz curtain. He didn't want anybody to know about this, but government guys, law enforcement guys, the media, stay away. If you apply to get in here, we're going to deny you because there's only 150 seats and we're leaving them all for government. All for the coppers. All for law enforcement and government officials. Judges, lawyers, attorneys, prosecutors, people of the sort. The inner tickings, they get to hear this. But the sunshine of the day doesn't get into that room because it's a dark, smoky place where the Attorney General is dismantling the people's law. Exactly the opposite of what he's supposed to do in that position. And they're doing it in the face of, huge success amongst people. I mean, business, I'll tell you what. The people in charge of our government right now would not be enjoying the meager economic environment that we have now, even though it's not enjoyable. They would, when I say enjoying it, because we would be in such a disastrous state of affairs in this state if we had not passed the Medical Marijuana Act of 2008 as a people's initiative. Because all these guys that got laid off in 07 and 08 with the auto industry, a lot of them, their jobs aren't coming back. A lot of these guys that took these payoffs and whatever, they're out. And they're not coming back to the workforce. A lot of them aren't getting retrained. They took their money, they nest egged it somewhere. And, it goes faster than you think. And some of these guys aren't as fortunate as others. They need to go back out and get a job somewhere. And some of them are working in your gardening centers. Some of them are working in, other places. This is a job maker. And the Attorney General's out there trying to take it away from people. Jobs. Remember Snyder? Governor Snyder? Jobs. That's what you ran on. Jobs. If you want to be on the show, 810-423-2350. Your opinion counts. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. More to come. Don't go away.
Steve and Denise will be right back on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenient you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320.
Hey, Steve Greene here for the medical marijuana certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
I can't win. I can't rain.
Welcome back to another Medical Marijuana Radio Show segmente. Good Lord, the buttons here. You can't touch a chord without something going crazy. It's electric spaghetti on the floor here in the studio. This is the longest part of the show. I don't know why I do this, but I see in my head as the timeline goes on, I'm kind of figuring out what's going on with the show. It's definitely a work in progress. It's a work in progress, but I think it's entertaining as hell anyways. I'm going to have to point you to a couple of things. First off, the thing that's going on right now in Saginaw is trying to get rid of the boo factor. The whole idea that Bill Schuette's up there doing this clearing the air seminar. He's going to pretend like it's just, run-of-the-mill. It's not. He's poisoning the water. And, if you look at the materials, and they're available on RadioWeedShow.com if I'm not mistaken, and I might be. I gave them to Bob to put up, but I'm not sure he put them up. There should be some links to these materials. If I don't have them up now, we'll get them on afterwards. We'll see who this is. This is a Royal Oak call coming in. Hello, it's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. You're on the air. Hello.
Steven.
Yes?
It's Valerie at Dr. Croden's.
Hey, Valerie. We're on the air right now. Can I call you?
Absolutely.
That's okay.
Thank you.
That's our dentist's office. I owe the dentist some cash, so they're probably calling to figure out where the cash is at. I'll get with you after the show, Valerie. Happy holidays to you. Thank you.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's Dr. Groden. Boy, the smiles you get to Dr. Groden's office. I definitely need to go back in to get some dental work done. So, yeah, that was, she was surprised. So, I've got my own regular cell phone connected up right now to the whole gizmo that we do on the air here. Because the 800 number's down at the moment. We're trying to move it. Well, sometimes you do these technical things. They're not the easiest thing in the world. So now I got derailed by the dentist's office. Did they ever do that to you? You ever get derailed by a phone call? These people that are getting these jobs. I saw this article yesterday. Do I have it now? Do I even have the article to talk about? That's going to make me really mad if I don't have the article. It might be over here. Hang on. I think it's this one. Here you go. In my hot little hands. This is at cmlife.com. Pushing pot. local residents sell, grow marijuana to supplement income. Now, the Attorney General would be all over this. He'd be charging these guys in a heartbeat, just the way that they talk about this. But I'm just trying to give you the optics. Pay attention, folks, because the way that you do things totally makes a difference. If you're out there hiding behind, I'll give you an example. I don't say the dispensary's name, but there's a dispensary not too far from me. That when something happens around the corner or down the way or across, they shut that door quicker than you can blink. The sign's spinning in the window. The curtains are still swaying from the yank. And, they're worried about getting raided. I don't know if it's just over nervousness, but to me, when I see that kind of stuff go on, they hang a sign in the window that says, out of respect for the raid going down up the street, or closed. Out of respect for a raid? How lunatic are you? And to me, if I was a cop and I saw that hanging in your window, I'd be going, you know what? I wasn't investigating you before, but now I'm going to investigate you because you're acting suspiciously. You see, this is what the police have a hard time with me. I don't act suspiciously because I'm not a suspect. I'm not suspect of doing anything wrong because I'm not doing anything wrong. In fact, I'm out here, blurting it on the radio. Incidentally, we'll be on 1310 a.m. Detroit's Progressive Talk, WDTW. Saturday from noon until 1. You can find us on iHeartRadio.com if you're outside of the listening area. Saturdays from noon until 1. iHeartRadio.com. Find Detroit stations at the bottom of the list, WDTW, Detroit's Progressive Talk. That's where we'll be. So these people get jobs. Editor's note, the names in this story have been changed for an anonymity. So facing an economy with fewer job opportunities, growing and selling marijuana is not reserved for the young or criminal anymore. A local mother and grandmother said she felt in order to make up for lost income, it was a realistic alternative. This is a common thing going on. And this is where the Attorney General says, you're not dying of cancer and AIDS. You're not on death's door. You don't get to reserve this medicine for yourself, and you've hijacked this for profits. Oh, come on. You're making me sick already. Are you going to give us that kind of pop and circumstance? A lot of folly? What are you, Rip Torn, throwing confetti in the air, trying to... stop peeing on my forehead and telling me it's raining. Jane has been growing marijuana in her basement and selling it for the past few months. She says this was an alternative to make up for lost income. She said her husband was making about $2,400 each month at his previous job, and because they had no longer had the job, he can't receive unemployment. They began supplementing lost income by growing and selling marijuana. After my husband lost his job, people said it was a quick, easy way to make some money, Jane said. Yeah, they've hijacked our law, says Attorney General Bill Schuette. That's what he'd be saying right now. Oh, I can see this through his eyes right now. Go arrest that lady. Find out that anonymous person that reported in the paper. Get to the bottom of her illegal activity because that's what she's doing. Past few months, she's been selling weed to supplement her income. Look, she's feeding her kids. This is the same thing goes on in the illegal market. Look, if you're selling crack on the streets in Detroit and you're just, feeding your kids, it doesn't matter. You're still selling crack. They're still going to arrest you and put you in jail. They're still going to do these raids. So, Bill Schuette sees no difference between the crack and the weed. He says it's all the same stuff. Not the drug itself, just the activity. She says her husband was making... Okay, anyways, my husband lost his job. People said it was a quick, easy way to make some cash, put some food on the table. She said they did not make as much when her husband was employed, but the extra income from growing and selling helps to cover the difference. I'm telling you, people in this state, all across this state, would be probably... I don't know. In this state, there's not much of us. The social nets are getting thinner and thinner. You'd probably see them walking the streets as homeless people if they didn't have this as a way to... do you want that? Would you rather have them shaking a tin cup at you as you're on your way through the Target on Black Friday to buy your Christmas presents? Would you rather have those homeless people staring you in the face? Or would you rather let them, handle a little medicine to the people that need it? I'm not suggesting this lady was necessarily I guess she was. She says she was just handing it with her medical friends. He said he still had his medical card. She's talking about her husband. When he had cancer, so we started out from there, she said. We only sell to other people that have their cards as well. So she's selling to people with their cards. Attorney General says you can't do that. And the courts have said you can't do that. It's not like we do this under the table. Well, you are. She doesn't realize it, but she is. While laid off from his job, Jane's husband got sick, and their family was faced with having to pay for the mounting medical bills because they no longer have medical insurance. She said selling marijuana has helped to alleviate some medical expenses. Isabella County Sheriff Leo, I can't even pronounce his last name. It's one of his Bibibibibibiski's name. I can't say his name. I'll try it. Miodzuski. I'll say Miodzuski. Sheriff Leo Miodzuski said he's not sure if growing and selling marijuana is a growing trend because of the economy. He thinks it's just a growing trend because, the law is the way it is. Oh, you've hijacked that murky gray law, and now there's pot shops and dope houses open everywhere. Come on. How stupid do you think we are, Billy Bong? Attorney General Holder is doing the same thing across the country. He's going to tell you it's all illegal, too. Weed Wars premieres December 1st. By the way, producers of the Weed Wars show on the Discovery Channel, thanks for stealing that from me after I pitched it through your formal, producers portal. You might be hearing from a lawyer. It's going to be a great show. I haven't even seen it yet. Snoop Dogg sings the theme song. It premieres this Friday, 10 o'clock. Is it Friday? I think it's Friday. It's the 1st, December 1st. On the Discovery Channel. They stole the entire idea from moi, hook, line, and sinker. I mean, lock, stock, and barrel. That's the one I wanted, not hook, line, and sinker. They took the whole thing. I didn't want to take it as bait. I wanted to pitch them the show because I'm a producer. I make this kind of stuff. They took the name, they took the concept, and they just moved it from where I was and eliminated the radio element and put it inside of a dispensary, the biggest one in California, Harborside. Out there, was it San Fran? I don't know. I think it is. Harborside Health Collective. They said they had 80,000. It's up to like 93,000. I don't know how you get that big that fast. They've been up forever. But the point is that the Discovery Channel stole that thing. Makes me so mad. They send you to a certain... Hey, go to this place. Go around the corner. Go in the phone booth there. And there'll be a ticket to the concert. No, there's not. There's some guy trying to rob me so that he can go buy a ticket to the concert. That's what he's doing. That's what they did to me. Weed Wars. It's my concept. Go watch it on the Discovery Channel. Check it out. See how brilliant I am. I might forget a couple of things here and there. It's the medicine. Maybe. I don't know. You be the judge. So, oh, God, I'm getting lost here. Focus, focus, focus. Hocus pocus, smoke and mirrors. So, the other thing that I'm just going to pitch this paperwork. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about, but it's just, there's so much. And making sense of it, grooming it into something that has flow is almost impossible. So rather than, just talk about the news of the day, because, this is really about, I want to give you an update. During the break, I saw that somebody had posted some information about protesting, because the Bill Schuette thing, the Clearing the Air seminar in Saginaw today is being repeated tomorrow in Traverse City. This was the post that I saw in Safermish. It says, Bill Schuette's Traveling Dog and Pony Show. Is this attributable to somebody? Who wrote this? Robert Heflin wrote this. Mr. Heflin, I'm sorry if you already posted this publicly. I'll just repeat it for the rest of the public. Northern Michigan activists and others who can travel. Bill Schuette's Traveling Dog and Pony Show arrives in Traverse City tomorrow morning, and we need to give them a Northern Michigan welcome. Many of us will be there at 8 o'clock in the morning with signs of protest. We'll be protesting until 1 p.m., so it's okay if you can't make it until later. Some of us may be able to get inside with the opportunity to ask pertinent questions or sound off in other ways. See, this isn't a discussion, guys. This is a seminar. He's teaching from the stage. He's telling you what's going on. He's not asking for your input. Reverend Steve, he's formerly with Michigan Normal. He used to be I think he stepped down. Is bringing a crew of activists from Benzie County, and a van full of activists are going to leave from the UP at 4 a.m. to be in Traverse City at the protest. See how tenacious these guys are? Thanks for the effort, guys. It's much appreciated. And many thanks in advance for anyone else who can participate in the Traverse City event tomorrow. We need to fight for the propaganda. We need to fight the propaganda with a formidable protest group and follow up letters to the editor and the Record Eagle and the Northern Express. This community really needs to hear the patient side of the story. Oh, good Lord. Why did that disappear? It's getting dark on me. I can't read the thing. It got dark. Says, Bob, there may be times when we are powerless to prevent injustice, but there must... Oh, she's just quoting somebody. I'm not going to give your quotes, your famous coined phrases. I'm not going to do that. But the idea is here that in Traverse City, they're going to protest just like they're doing. Look, it's raining out there. We couldn't even hear Rick Thompson when he was standing outside because of the cold, blinding, snowy, windy rain. It's all sleety up there. I mean, it's not favorable conditions to stand out there, especially people who are ill. Yet a group of 50 of them stand like a flock of ducks with their signs. And they're not from right there. Most of them are from everywhere else. Saginaw Bay City are not friendly to this idea. The people just south of there in Flint, in Genesee County, are. And the Attorney General doesn't like that. He's been working with the local sheriff out there to set up narcotics checkpoints. Are you kidding? Seriously? Narcotics checkpoints? Now, sobriety checkpoints, those are legal, but narcotics checkpoints have been deemed illegal in every way by the U.S. Supreme Court. Are you going to do narcotics checkpoints? Have they stopped doing that yet? I know we took pictures of them and got it published in the paper. Drug-sniffing dogs being used in the next mile ahead. Don't get off the expressway. Don't turn around. We're going to shake you down. And they did. Many thanks to Jamie Fricky, who I should call Jamie. That's what we're going to do. Jamie managed, she may be busy. So we this may not be she might be like, hey, I can't talk to you now. We'll find out. See with Jamie Fricky. Maybe. Beep, 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 boop, 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 bop. We're going to get the voicemail.
Your call has been forwarded to an...
And we got the voicemail. Not going to do the voicemail with Jamie. I mean, she might call back, but by the time, she calls back, it'd probably be too late for the show. It's only a 2-hour show. We've only got... Oh, good Lord. So in the absence of Jamie, who else can we talk to about what's happening? I got to go meet with Brandon Lee in a little while. Brandon's from the Ant Farm, the mobile dispensary, the mobile transfer service you hear on the show. Get with him later today after the show. Boy, I just can't find who I'm looking for. What I should do, I'd call the high-tech hydro guys, but I know he's working plumbing right now. We're also waiting for TNT. That's the Patient Resources Center in Lansing on Michigan Avenue. We're trying to find out what's going to, I think in December, just like we're waiting for the Big Daddy's decision in Macomb County. We're also in, what is it? What township is that? I forget the township. Anyway, it's the same kind of decision. These are happening in December. I could call Jamie, but I'm going to get his voicemail too, I fear. But my Spidey tingle tells me he may have something to share. I was going to call Dennis Alexander. I'm also convinced I'm going to get his voicemail. So we're going to go to break. Let's see if I can get Jamie on the phone. The phone's going to ring here. If you want to be on the show, look, we can't get the people of the day on the phone. You should call. Why not? 810-423-2350. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. Folks, don't go away.
Got something to say?
Call now toll free. 855-MMM Radio.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discrete details right away. 888-369-3320. Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville. Medical Marijuana Certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical Marijuana Certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069.
Welcome back. On the other side of the commercial break, we've got Jamie on the phone. Jamie Lowell from Third Coast Compassion Center happened to be up in Saginaw as well, checking out the protest. Yep. Welcome to the program, Jamie.
Thank you.
Can you give us a snapshot? We got one earlier from Rick about what was going on, and I was talking to you during the break about perhaps providing us some video. Maybe during the last segment we can play back a video if you can take it quick enough and send it to us.
Well, we'll try to do that, yeah, after I get done giving you a little update here, which shouldn't take too long. But there's a lot of brave, compassionate souls out here. I'm going to estimate we were peaking at 25, 30 people.
Look, I don't know where you're at in the United. Well, I don't know where you're at in the United States, but it's crappy in Michigan right now. It's crappy. It's cold. It's just nasty.
And that's one of the commendable things about this group. And there's people in walkers and visibly struggling to be out there in the cold and the rainy wind, and yet they are. And it is very heartening to see this kind of compassion. It's nice to see that these people are not apathetic. They're out here trying to expose what's going on, which is Bill Schuette trying to circumvent the act and make it so restrictive that people can't even participate in it. And
that's his ultimate goal.
Here. We've had TV. I'm sorry.
That's his ultimate goal, is to have it declared unconstitutional. That's where he's trying to do.
I agree. Well, he basically has. He's said it. So that is his angle. There's no question about it. He hasn't wanted any other of these strategies that he's had. And so this is where he is. And the press has been here. TV cameras for Channel 12 and Saginaw News.
Channel 5 and
so,
12?
We've gotten our word out a little bit.
We're going to have to see if, I hope they put this, I'm sure they will. Channel 12 is pretty good about this. Channel 5 is, to some degree as well, posting some of this video when they
I haven't seen them, but I've seen Channel 12 here today.
Ah, yes. Channel 12 is WJRT up there in Flint. Channel 5 is WNEW, I believe.
Okay.
Or I can't remember. Channel 5's call letters always escape me. NWS, I can't remember. But they are the Northern Michigan purveyors of television and news. Channel 12 is ABC, I believe. I think Channel 5 is too, now that I think about it. That's really kind of weird. Anyways, they're up there covering this. Did you get a chance to see the reporters, talk to them at all? No, probably not.
I talked to one of the reporters from Saginaw News. I told him basically what I just said to you, is that Bill Schuette is trying every way possible to make the act so restrictive and prohibitive that people just can't participate in it. And this clearing the air seminars and these proposed changes in his opinions and things are all, symptomatic of that. And that's what's going on here.
Jamie, do you have a gauge on other states that are the polling on this and where they're trying to engage other states to get some of these rights for their states? Have you seen any of the, I know Ohio's one of those states. There are a few states that are, coming up in the next election cycle that have ballot initiatives or have other legislation pending in the coming year or so.
Right.
And
I know about some things and good and bad that's going on out there, but no, really, I've been concentrating on Michigan.
What's happening here? I'm just shocked because this we got listed on iTunes. This is something that you're unaware of. I finally got the iTunes thing up, so people can find this podcast on iTunes now, which is pretty badass.
That's very cool.
If you want to look, you can find. You said you have an iPhone, right, Jamie?
I do.
After you get done emailing us any video, hopefully we'll get a chance to play it. Oh, just something short. Go into your iTunes app and then search for Radio Weed Show, and we're the only thing that pops up. Or if you want to search under Medical Marijuana Radio Show, there's 4 things that'll pop up. Underneath that, it says List All Podcasts. Toggle down, and you'll see the orange logo. That's us.
Okay.
The last 2 podcasts are up and working. The links were up there before, but for some reason I couldn't get them to work. We fixed it, and now that we're talking to a more national audience than we were before. And so I just wanted to point to other people, these trials and tribulations that we have going on in our state. Look, they're coming your way too. If you're passing laws in your state, there's going to be some pushback, unless it's coming from the legislative end, and then I would suggest that it's not probably the best law in the world. There's going to be pushback from your political leaders. Watch what happens here. Learn from what we do. We had to learn from other states like Colorado and California and Oregon and Washington. I mean, the list goes on. Maine and New Jersey.
They're still struggling with the same stuff, too. I mean, those states who have had this for 8, 10, and 15 years, you just mentioned.
Right.
They're still struggling with these things right now.
But these politicians in almost every one of these places, including the places that had friendly politicians towards it, they've changed their minds. They've turned their backs because the feds have threatened them that they're gonna lock up state and government employees. They're not immune from this. We're going to take you down, too, as part of a criminal enterprise. We're going to use RICO statutes and everything else. To me, it's just the whole thing is a farce.
Well, if they can lean on, a study such as the one by the Rand Corporation, a very reputable international company, and then get to them and say, no, you need to reopen that study because obviously you did something wrong because the conclusions that you came to, don't comport to what we're trying to tell people. And they pull a study. That shows you what, just a small example of what type of influence and power they have over these entities that contradict them. And that's a real concern.
It's,
we live in a police state here in Michigan, but we find the same thing all over the place.
Jamie, when you go there, if you and I think you will, I just have a sense that you're going to go and check out the podcast. When you go, look at the second podcast, the number 2 podcast listing. The very first thing that plays. Have you ever seen the No Knock Raid video? You ever No Knock Raid? It's a no knock raid. Don't be afraid.
Okay. I thought you said something else. I'm not familiar with it. No.
Watch it. It's absolutely appalling. What it is that the guy sings. It's just a British guy singing a song about. It's called a No Knock Raid. But it's just a casual rock song. Acoustic guitar and such.
Right.
But in the over the top of it, over the top of the video, they show helmet camera footage of these people conducting these raids and what they do and the atrocities that they're conducting. They're shooting pets in front of kids. They're shooting off flashbang grenades. They show them. They bust into some guy's door. He's right there in the front of the door. They shoot him dead right there. He doesn't even have a gun or anything. They just shoot him dead.
Yeah, see, this medical marijuana law puts a wrinkle in their ability just to easily go do that. So they have to get this out of the way so they can continue doing that in full force without having to think twice about it.
Jamie, 70 to 80,000 of these go on a year in the United States. 70 to 80,000 of these no-knock raids.
Sometimes they go to the wrong house, and sometimes they shoot people who are innocent bystanders, and
I
they
would suggest
traumatize kids and all types of stuff.
Look, any kid that you're going to shoot a family member in front of or shoot a pet in front of, those are family members too. I don't know if you've got pets, Jamie, but I consider my pets family members.
Well, I'm with you. I have 3 dogs, and I treat them practically as if they're human beings.
Look, it sickens me. It wrenches my stomach every time I get to the center of that video and the guy's like, oh, my God, did you just shoot my dogs? Did you just shoot my effing dogs? Oh, my God. It just the what's in his voice, it connects with me spiritually. It just, it makes me so mad that they would do this to these animals. A lot of them are not even threats. I've seen them shoot poodles.
Yeah, no, they get off. I mean, some of them just get off on that. Like, they
target
hope
practice.
There's a dog in there they can shoot to get started with, you know?
Right.
That's what it seems like anyway.
These guys are wearing body armor, and they have pepper spray and bean bags. Look, a bean bag will put a dog halfway across the room.
And that stuff costs money, too. It's flak jackets and the battering rams and the training, and they gotta take it out of one house and stick it in their account and move on to the next, and they have to support that somehow, and that's how they do it.
Well, and then you've got the other stuff going on. Did you see that there's they're trying to cover it up right now? These guys have some video footage recently of a grow that was busted that was doing everything legally. And they had off-site camera recordings and battery backup power and hidden cameras. And it shows the cops going out and dividing up the cash that they found at the location on scene amongst themselves after they exited the building.
I heard about that. I've not seen it, but I did hear about that, and I'm certainly not surprised.
They're doing everything they can to suppress this video. The only reason that this case has not been prosecuted on a major level is because of that video. And so, look, just take a page from that. Learn from that, people. If you're a caregiver or a patient and you're growing for yourself, don't pretend like these guys aren't going to come for you the same way. They absolutely will if they have the opportunity. Make sure you protect yourself. Invest in something that's going to record what's going on there. And I'd say even if you have an encounter with police, don't forget that it's Michigan State Court, the Supreme Court, has ruled that it's within your complete rights to record everything that happens when a police officer is conducting his a course of duties. If a cop's doing his duties,
building in Commerce, the building in Commerce Township had the DVR that was recording everything was kept off-site.
Right.
So it couldn't just be taken and destroyed, which is
typically what they do.
Right.
They do that so you can't see what they're doing in there after they've done it, and nobody can use it as evidence against them because I'd say what they're doing inside of these places is absolutely criminal. I mean, not all of them, and I'm not going to paint with a broad brush. I'm not that guy. But I'm saying what I've seen, and the incentive is for this to happen more and more. And they keep, putting more entities on this teat. They're getting them hooked on the same money. And the policing for profit thing is just one of the pieces of the puzzle. But, as it relates to what's going on, I'm just shining on to the national audience the fight that we're doing in our state. These are the foot soldiers on the ground. These protesters, these guys doing this stuff, these guys that are off marching court cases around and protecting themselves, they're protecting your freedoms. These are soldiers of the people. And so, but they're just not armed with guns. And many of them are sick. So, it's a one-sided kind of fight, I think.
There's a few people who probably didn't come out today because they physically just can't withstand to be out in this kind of cold, rainy, blistery weather. But there are a lot of people here who can and have done so, and we do have a lot of very compassionate, motivated people here, and we have the truth.
Right.
And everybody should feel pretty good about our position in this, in terms of having the truth and some time on our side to win this eventually, in spite of the major, huge powers that are battling against us. They don't have what we have.
It's a simple concept. Safe access to medical cannabis, that's all we want. Safe access. That's all it is. It's not.
That gets in the way of too many things. That's what we were just talking about, and they're not letting it go anytime soon. They've created this jobs program, this billion-dollar self-perpetuating industry,
right?
That is not going to just go away too easily, but we can win.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of good things going on too that we could talk about at some point that people should be inspired about.
For sure.
But I will try to get a couple of shots here and send it to you so people can see what's going on and
Perfect,
see how
Jamie.
brave some of these people are.
We're going off to break here right now, so go take your video shots, and we'll see if we can't play it during the next segment. Jamie from Third Coast, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. Bye.
More of your calls next on the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. The Medical Marijuana Radio Network.
The law offices of Targowski and Grow remind you to stand up for your rights. Always treat law enforcement with respect, but if you're detained or arrested, stand up for your rights by repeating, I respectfully invoke all of my legal and constitutional rights. I do not consent to any search or seizure. I want to remain silent, and I want to talk to my attorneys, John Targowski and Daniel Grow. Targowski and Grow have the education and experience you need to be successful in Michigan courts. Call Targowski and Grow toll-free, 800-957-1069. The law offices of Targowski and Grow, 800-957-1069. If you are a carded Michigan medical marijuana patient with a need for safe access but have reservations about privacy and discretion, there is an answer. It's the Ant Farm. The Ant Farm is Metro Detroit's trusted professional mobile transfer service. Write this toll-free number down, 888-369-3320. Lab-tested, mold and pesticide-free. It's the Ant Farm's convenience you'll try, but quality standards, privacy, and friendly professionals that will bring you back. The Ant Farm comes to you. Call for discreet details right away. 888-369-3320. Medical marijuana certification. And now you can find out everything you need to know online at getpotid.com. Or write down this toll-free number, 855-DOC-CERT. A friendly specialist will direct you to our Farmington Hills office. Medical marijuana certification. GetPotID.com. It's the key to getting your card. Information, resources, and in the end, if you're qualified, a medical card. Call toll-free right now, 855-DOC-CERT. That's 855-DOC-CERT. It's GetPotID.com. The patient's place for medical marijuana and safe access is Third Coast. Beautiful downtown Ypsilanti is where you can get safe, affordable access to education and materials concerning your specific needs, and quality products designed to meet your exacting needs. It's the Third Coast, 19 North Hamilton in Ypsilanti. Convenient hours, friendly, professional, compassionate. Call Third Coast today, 734-487-5402. That's the Third Coast Compassion Center in downtown Ypsilanti, 734-487-5402. Hey, Steve Greene here for the Medical Marijuana Certifications at AMMP. They're the American Medical Marijuana Professionals. You'll find them just north of Utica Road on Gratiot in Roseville. Their address is 28349. Now, call-ins are welcome, but you're better off calling for an appointment. They have a toll-free number, 877-RX-420-99. That's 877-RX-420-99 for American Medical Marijuana Professionals. That's AMMP on Gratiot in Roseville.
The Greene Collective.
Hey, medical marijuana patients, it's time to discover what all the buzz is about in Ann Arbor.
The Greene Collective.
The Green Bee Collective is busy making sure your patient needs are met with high-quality, locally grown meds.
The Greene Collective.
Get to know the information, the research, the benefit available to your condition.
The Greene Collective.
Weekly specials in just minutes from downtown Ann Arbor and I-94.
The Greene Collective.
The details are sweet at mmmgreenbee.com. Call 734-929-2553 now.
It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. Steve Greene here. Going to be on the Smoky Kush Hidden Stash WTHC radio show. I always screw that up. It's 420 Radio WTHC. This Hidden Stash show is Smoky Kush. That's the way it goes. You got to come up with something that rolls off the tongue a little easier. It's Smoky. I can't say it. I can say the Medical Marijuana Radio Show barely. Smoky Show is on Tuesdays. You can find him at where is he at? He's over at I'll tell you where the easiest place to get to him if you click on other show links on radioweedshow.com. It's at the upper right-hand side of the menu bar at the top. If you click on other show links, you'll find the Hidden Stash show there. If there's a link, click on it, it'll play. I'll be live on his show tonight. Tonight at 8 o'clock. So it'll be sometime between 8, 8:30, something like that. His show's a couple-hour show, too. His show's one of the shows that we'll be carrying on the network here, amongst a whole bunch of others. This and so much more is coming. I'm telling you, we're milking this internet monster for everything we can get. There's money to be made here, people. And I intend to get a piece of it. I'm not getting it from, the farm. That's not happening. That's all going to patients. The advertisers are all being scared away by, Bill Chitty. Chitty Bang Bang. I should call him that from now on. Billy Bong. They're being scared away by him. So, they're either closed or are on hard times, having a hard knock life, or if they are open, they're like, shh, don't tell anybody we're open. Shh, shh, shh. No, not too loud. Oh, they're going to see. Oh, they saw us. Go away. Shh. It's hard to exist. So, we were going to sell stuff. We got a web store coming up. You're going to find medical marijuana-related products on this show. You won't find any kind of drugs. Nothing like that. But if you want a vaporizer, if you want some other smoking accessories and materials, if you want hats and all kinds of T-shirts and crazy stuff like this, I think you might be able to find something, some innovative products there. We're going to have some innovative things for sure. The Mate Lighter guys, Mate Lighter, those are badass. The OG Worker Bee, I'm telling you, there's stuff out there. We just cracked the tip of the iceberg. The store is going up as we speak. You'll find it coming up soon. Happy holidays to you. So I'm sitting here looking at the email. I'm hoping that we'll get a video from Jamie. I'm not seeing it yet. So, but I am seeing a study. It says a study. We'll put this up. This is a Denver, Colorado story. A study shows medical marijuana laws reduce traffic deaths. Hey, you guys quit fighting. I got a cat fight going on here. It's not girls, it's cats. Cut it out. I'll put the cameras on you. Hey, none of that. Get away. No fighting on the air. I got 2 boy cats. One of them's neutered, one of them's not. And the one that's not neutered is, what do we got here? Oh, Jamie's asking me what email address. Oh, crap. It's you're not going to get it in time, Jamie. I'm going to email him back. It's steve@radioweedshow.com. Hang on. He's got the video. We just are not. I'm afraid that there's not enough time. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something that's kind of unprecedented. There's a way that I can lengthen the show. I don't like to do it because it screws up the podcast. Okay, I'm pushing stop. It's paused. The show's officially on pause. I don't like to do that. It takes me out of format. I'm going to tell him. He says, what email address? I'm going to say Steve at radioweedshow.com. I'm typing in this into the iPhone, and it's not working so well. They've got a quote there. Am I going to have to type the whole thing? Oh, man. Try and insert something. If you kept typing, you made a mistake. I screwed up the @ sign. I made it some other sign instead, a quote sign. And then try and go back and just fix that one character. You got to do it all. So hopefully he sends us, I don't want to keep you waiting around forever for this video to show up. And, then it might be even kind of goofy because I don't even know if I know I got a way to load the thing up and play it. So we'll just stand by. Oh, wait a minute. I'm seeing some video. What's this? He texted some video. Well, that's not going to do us any good. You can't text it to us. Hopefully he'll send it via email. He texted me the video. I'll play it.
Joe Cain, the Michigan Medical Marijuana Association out here hosting and organizing a rally against Bill Schuette, who's abusing his position of power. Just taking a quick warm-up break. But there's a lot of brave souls out here withstanding this cold weather and letting everybody know that this is not right. What do you think about all this, Joe?
Well, I'll tell you what, our folks are great. 100 people out here, or 50 people out here, bearing this cold. We asked if we could stand up next to the building because of this wind and the cold weather. We were told that if we did, we would be thrown in jail. I talked to the manager, and the manager said we weren't welcome to the property. Also talked to the township constable.
Sorry about the audio quality here. It's a windy.
Came up next to him that it was a rule. It was a private.
I guess we're used to being disrespected at this point.
Oh, it's really got cool because I did explain to the other one. But it's great. This is a great expression of freedom. Doing a great job out here standing up for everybody.
All right, let me get a shot of the crowd for the people at the Radio Weed Show and Steve Greene, and we're going to send this to them and let them know what's going on out here right now. Thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate it.
Wow. Now, see, I can see, man, these guys are in some awful conditions out there. I'm glad that I stopped this because I'd like you to see this video. Hopefully it's shown up in the email. It's not there yet. I've got the entire audience on pause for this video. Unfortunately, I can't get out of the texter. He's got to send it to Steve at Radio Weed Show. I hope. Did he see it? There's the Yahoo. It's not. Yeah, he's not sent it yet, or if he has, it's not come. He texted it. What does it say now? Did he email back? He says I sent it by message. Yeah, you can't do it that way. I was sending him a message saying, Jamie, we need it by email. Can't play SMS on air. You can't get anything out of the texter. If you send it to the email, I got a way of doing it. Hopefully he sends it back, because I've no physical way that I understand you can get it out of the texter. Something coming through on the wires here. This is like the UPI wire for me. United Press International. This is like the Safer Mish Google Groups list. It's like the UPI of medical marijuana news. I mean, everything comes across the wire now. If it's medical marijuana related and it happened in this state or in other states as it points to this one, you'll find it there. This is where we get much of the stuff that goes on this show, in fact. Former Detroit chief says legalize pot. This is in the Oakland Press, dated today. Birmingham, the former Detroit police chief Ike McKinnon will talk about the benefits of decriminalizing marijuana at 7 o'clock Tuesday at the Baldwin Public Library, 300 West Merrill. The library is sponsoring the free event as a part of its speakers series. The event is being organized by Michael Whitty of Birmingham, an adjunct professor at the University of Detroit Mercy, who also will talk. Now, this event just became known to me last night. This is why the Oakland Press has gotten this story today. The event is already on our calendar. If you missed it, you can find it again at radioweedshow.com /calendar. That's CALENDAR. Gosh, I'm just hoping Jamie sends me this crazy video. I put the whole show on pause for this. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just played the audio like I did for you and called it a day. But now that I got you suckered in, I'm going to see if I can't forward it as an email, forward it as a video. Oh, good Lord. I might have to pull the plug on it. I'll try this one more time. You know what I will do? I'll do this. This much I can do. I can hold the video up to, I can hold the, yeah, but that's going to suck. You'll find I can get the audio. Let me see if I can do this. We'll try it this way. Because before I was putting it up to the, let's try this. Stand by. You're not going to hear anything for a second. I'm going to try an experiment live here on the air. You'll hear me in the background. Something else just came through. Did we get it? Is it here? I doubt it. Nope. All right, here we go. Trying this out my way. All right, ready? You got a picture on that? Here we go. We're going to try and play the text. Oh, he says he sent it. Inbox. try it over here. Here we go. No, it's not there. We're just going to play it here. Here we go. I don't know if it'll play that way. Will it go this way? I'm not getting any audio. No sound. Oh, that sucks. All right, we're going to pull the plug on this whole idea. I'm going to do this.
Weather and letting everybody know that this is not right.
See if I can do this.
Think about all this, Joe. Well, I'll tell you what, I folks are right.
One last shot.
Or 50 people out here. They're in the skull. We asked if we could stand up.
One last shot. Here we go. Yeah, it's just not going to play the audio that way. Wow, as soon as I plug it in, it says no. That's most unfortunate. Try it this way. Here we go. Best I got for you right here. We're going to improve this.
Let me get a shot of the crowd for the people at the radio.
Good Lord, I can't believe I did this. Doing it anyways.
We're going to send this to them and let them know what's going on out here right now.
Calling up video. Here we go. There we go. So turn the volume up so you can hear it in the background. All right, I'm going to start it over. Here we go.
Joe Cain, the Michigan Medical Marijuana Association out here hosting and organizing a rally against Bill Schuette, who's abusing his position of power. Just taking a quick warm-up break. But there's a lot of brave souls out here withstanding this cold weather and letting everybody know that this is not right. What do you think about all this, Joe?
Well, I'll tell you what, our folks are great. 100 people out here, or 50 people out here, bearing this cold. We asked if we could stand up next to the building. This wind and cold weather. We were told that if we did, we would be thrown in jail. I talked to the manager, and the manager said we weren't welcome. We also talked to the township constable.
Joe's explaining that they tried to get a place near the building, and they were going to arrest him if they did.
We're used to being disrespected at this point.
It's really got full, because I can explain it. But it's great. This is a great expression of freedom. Doing a great job out there standing up for everybody.
All right, let me get a shot of the crowd for the people at the Radio Weed Show and Steve Greene, and we're going to send this to them and let them know what's going on out here right now. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Look at that. Look at how nasty it is out there. Tenacious people. There you go. So it's too bad. Let me just fix this now. All right, stopping that. Cut it out. Hush. Okay. Boy, out on a branch there for a minute. I've never done a show like this one before. Boy, it's a little loud. Okay. Just can't take it anymore. There's a reason this show is limited in time, and we just discovered why. Good Lord. All right, put the logo back up. Can we get the logo back up instead of my giant nose? Boy, this is a bad example at the end of the show here, isn't it? I mean, I've never had a bump that rough before, ever. That's okay. I don't mind. Look, we did something that nobody else has, managed to do before, I guess. Probably for good reason. But I think in the future this will work out better. If we had done him a little earlier in the show, I probably could have got it on in a different way that I didn't have to put him on the camera like that. I'm just looking to see if it ever came anyways. I don't see it yet. It didn't show up there. And as we close out the show, let me see if it showed up here. Yeah, there it is. Now we get the... This is what I was afraid of. I should have just listened to my larger sense. You know, can I just play this for you anyway? I'm going to stop it anyways. Look, if now that we've got the video, let's just down, because now I got a way to play it for you. I got to stop the thing because it's going to start playing the show close. Oh, we don't want that. Oh boy, we're like seconds away from the show close too. Going long here, guys. It's a little rough around the edges, but this is technology for you. They do this in the news business too. They just don't go live with it until they got it already. I was already live when we were waiting for the video. So I think it's downloaded. It should be in the download thing. Let me see. Got to go to that special place. Wow. Okay. Here we are. Downloads. Where'd the downloads folder go? There we go. All right, so now I'm going to drag this. Dang it. Downloads. What happened? Okay. Date modified. There we go. Now I got to do this magical thing. This takes a second. Taking this player out. I got to add a player. Because it's not going to see the old file. It only sees the new stuff. Or, you know, the old stuff. So the new player will see the new file. And now what did I call it? I think it's... Oh, good Lord. Double check here. It is called IMG 0321. He didn't name it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. IMG. There we go. Here we go, guys. We're actually going to make this work.
Joe Cain, Michigan Medical Marijuana Association out here hosting and organizing a rally against Bill Schuette, who's abusing his position of power. Just taking a quick warm-up break, but there's a lot of brave souls out here withstanding this cold weather and letting everybody know that this is not right. What do you think about all this, Joe?
Well, I'll tell you what, our folks are great. 100 people out here, or 50 people out here, bearing this cold. We asked if we could stand up next to the building because of this wind and the cold weather. We were told that if we did, we would be thrown in jail. I talked to the manager, and the manager said we weren't welcome on the property. We also talked to the township constable. The township constable was one that said he would arrest us if we came up next to the building. That it was a rule. It was a protest.
I guess we're used to being disrespected at this point.
So that one's a little bit shorter than the one we got. Boy, that really sucks. He said it was a little bit shorter because of the length. That's the maximum you can get. Maximum length of file you could send. In the actual text message one that he sent, which is a little bit longer, apparently it'll handle the file a little longer. That video, he should have put. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to teach him how to do this. Because he could have uploaded like a 2-minute video or better to YouTube from right from the iPhone, just uploaded it to a YouTube spot. I could have downloaded it and played it the same way. It got the full-length version. It's the full-length version's not much longer than what you saw there, but it does show, and this is why I played it, because you only saw him in the car. But I wanted to show you how the conditions out there. It's the beginning of winter here. Although, winter's still, 22 days away, technically. All that cold air is sliding down. And I just wanted you to see the conditions that these people are in and that they're actively working out there for you and for nobody else. Well, I mean, for them, too. But, they're working for you. So thanks to Jamie Lowell from Third Coast Compassion Center, and thanks to Joe Cain and Rick Thompson, all those guys who reported to us out there today from the Clearing the Air seminar in Saginaw. This is going on tomorrow in Traverse City. Folks, you can find the information on the website under the calendar. And hopefully I've given you enough information you can find the calendar on the website. It's not that hard. Upper left-hand corner under quick links. There you go. One more time for you. It's all the time we got for today's show. Tomorrow, we got another show planned. We're going to put some more comedy in it for you, an update on all kinds of things. We'll talk about what happened at this thing today. I've got some other newspaper articles that are pending that I just got. In fact, we'll include some of these links on the front page of RadioWeedShow.com. Good Lord. And don't forget about the iTunes thing. iTunes, you can find us on iTunes. Look for us. You can search us under Radio Weed Show or under Medical Marijuana Radio Show, and then click all podcasts. We're on the longer listing. Folks, like I said, that's all the time we got for today's show. We'll be back Monday through Friday. You'll find us here normally from 10 until noon. Unfortunately, we had a late start today. We had some internet connectivity issues. Got that all cleared up. Got the iTunes link fixed. Rolling up our sleeves, kicking ass, taking names. That's what we do here at the Medical Marijuana Radio Network. It's the Medical Marijuana Radio Show. I'm Steve Greene. Thanks for joining in.
The Medical Marijuana Radio Show and RadioWeedShow.com are trademarks. Copyright 2011.